Birdie received some of the biggest nerfs out of the entire cast, which has made some feel like he's taken a drop in strength within the meta. So let's go over the changes for this season and answer the question, is Birdie viable in Season 5? To start out with the positives, Birdie did receive a few buffs. One of them was a health buff going from 1025 to 1050 health, which a number of characters received as well. Another buff was a decrease in the recovery on hit of MK and HK hanging chain to give him better corner OP off these moves since they were rarely used. The hanging chain buffs are okay since they give you some new setups after these knockdowns, but typically you only combo into either of these moves in the corner after stun, so they really don't add much to his gameplay. And for buffs, that is it. The rest of the changes were nerfs all around the board. Standing heavy punch has a larger hurt box during recovery, which makes whiff punishing it significantly easier. Stand medium punch was given an additional 4 frames of recovery on whiff, along with making his hurt box larger during recovery. These two normals were notorious for the high reward, but generally low risk associated with using them in neutral. So somewhat of a warranted change in line with the other normals in the game that were made easier to whiff punish. Crouch and medium punch was adjusted so it no longer anti-airs cross-ups. This is a pretty big nerf and changes how Birdie has to play neutral. Before, he could kind of bully the opponent with normals, which are difficult to whiff punish, and when the opponent tried to go for an opening by reading a normal with a jump, crouch and medium punch would anti-air them and put them in a mix-up situation. Now, crouch and medium punch is still a strong anti-air, but has the weakness of being susceptible to cross-ups. Now Birdie has to use crouching heavy punch, which is a slower anti-air to cover some angles that crouching medium punch currently does not, or just has to block the cross-up. Bullhorn was changed in several ways also. The projectile invincibility was changed from frame 3 to frame 6. This isn't a huge deal in how the move functions in neutral in most cases, but it changes how Birdie has to deal with fireball pressure. He can no longer bullhorn through certain fireball strings, for example Bison's Psycho Blast or Rashid EX Whirlwind Shot strings. In V-Trigger 1, Bullhorn retains the old projectile invincibility, but was made more punishable on block, going from -12 to -18 on block. Bullhead and EX Bullhead received stun nerfs, going from 200 to 150 and 250 to 200 respectively. Medium Punch, Heavy Punch, and EX versions of Killing Head had their stun reduced as well. Medium Punch and Heavy Punch are a flat 200, in line with Light Punch Killing Head, and EX has gone down from 270 to 250. Crushing Heavy Punch also received a stun nerf going from 150 to 120. The Bullhead, Killing Head, and Crouch Heavy Punch nerfs were normalized as stun output. A V-Trigger 2 confirmed into a command grab usually left a defender with one guess into stun if incorrect. This change gives a little extra breathing room if Birdie lands the hit now. The only other addition to Birdie this season was V-Skill 2, which is Chewing Time. It allows him to blow a bubble to use to set up pressure, clash with a projectile, or for setups. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with this V-Skill so far, so I won't make a judgment at this time, but there's some potential case uses, but more time will be needed to develop it. Now, with all this said, is Birdie still viable? It's still early in the season, but I believe so. His core game plan, which is zoning and whiff punishing, is still intact, and the reward he gets for landing the hits is exactly the same. The main thing that has changed is his risk for whiffing has been increased, and he's taken a bit of a hit in the anti-air department, but there are ways to work around that. I believe the nerfs to Birdie were a direct effort to increase the viability of a lot of weaker characters. While Birdie was strong in the meta because how well he did against the top tiers, he also had clear advantages over almost all the mid to low tier characters. Nerfing him and some of the other top tiers while buffing a lot of the weaker characters in this season should result in more characters being viable. He may have a few matchups that are more difficult now, but Birdie has always been strong due to his ability to get damage and Oki off whiff punishing, which with the increased recovery of some of the stronger normals in the game should be even easier than previously. And his quarter pressure is still some of the strongest in the game as well. Again, it's still early, but I'm excited to see how the season plays out, and we'll still be using Birdie. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you enjoying Season 5 so far? Are you a Birdie man who's moved on now? Do you feel like he's still good? As always, if you like the video, please subscribe and check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Magnegro and follow me on Twitter at Boombox0. Thanks for watching. Peace.